Hello everybody, my name is William and welcome back to another Roblox Bee Swarm Simulator video where today I have you all a video on what is the overall best mythic bee. Now, just a disclaimer, this video is more so if you had to have 50 of one mythic bee and they were all gifted, what would they be? Because currently there is actually absolutely no best mythic bee because each hive has their own specific mythic bee, but I guess technically Vector Bee would be the best mythic because it goes with white hives and the best hive at the moment is a white hive. So yeah, but that's not what we're going for. We're going for what is the best mythic bee in general if you had to have like, let's say 50 of that specific mythic bee. So I'm just going to throw that out there. That's just a quick disclaimer. All right, so let's start by looking at all of them first. So the first mythic bee we're going to look at here is the Fuzzy Bee. And what the Fuzzy Bee does is, these are its stats, energy 50, speed of 12. Let's just go with 12 because it's 11.9, so we'll just go with its 12. I'm going to quickly actually do some ant challenges while we talk about this to give you guys some entertaining footage of me dying in an ant challenge constantly. I do need a better I nearly said stick bug, but I do need a better stick bug actually, but mainly we're going to go for a better ant amulet, but yeah. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. So the Fuzzy Bee. Oh, whoopsies. Let's just spend 100 tickets real quick. There we go. And into the ant challenge we go. So the Fuzzy Bee, 12 speed, 3 attack, collects 100 pollen in 6 seconds. It converts 40 honey in 6 seconds. So not only is the collection amount right there already really good, that's pretty cool, but the speed, the attack, and the amount it converts already is kind of hindrance towards this bee. But we're going to mainly look at the abilities for all these bees because the abilities are what really makes a mythic bee, because really all the stats don't really matter on mythic bees, honestly. It's just the abilities. And the gifted hive bonus too. So it gives you a gifted hive bonus of times 1.1x bomb power, which is really good. That can be very handy in a lot of cases. Like, more so one case. But we're talking about if you have it, like 50 of this bee. And I'm pretty sure bomb power does indeed affect Buzz Bomb Plus. So that multiplies the amount that you get from Buzz Bomb Plus. So that's pretty cool, right? That's good. That's good, but it's not ideal because your bag's going to fill up too fast and you don't convert anything. So it's going to suck. Pollen haze, that's going to be incredibly, like, OP. The pollination's the only OP part about the Fuzzy Bee. So unlike an alt account when you're helping someone boost, if you have a lot of Fuzzy Bees, that helps a ton. The Fuzz Code ability is insane because this bee may pollinate up to 5 nearby flowers, 9 if gifted, every time it gathers. So that's a lot of pollination if you have 50 of this bee. Like, let's just quickly get that out of the way. That's a lot of pollination. And Fuzz Bomb spawns 2 plus plus 1 every 5 levels. So like that adds an extra Fuzz Bomb that it spawns in per level. It starts with a base of 2, but every 5 levels it adds another Fuzz Bomb. And it wanders the field for 8 seconds, catching them collects pollen and may pollinate nearby flowers. The amount of pollen collected scales with Buzz Bomb multipliers and bee level. Oh, so yes, so the bomb power does indeed affect Fuzz Bombs as well. Not just Buzz Bombs, but Fuzz Bombs too. All right, so that's the Fuzzy Bee. The next up, we have the Spicy Bee, which is going to be a huge contender in this. Because the Spicy Bee overall has incredible stats. It has 5 attack, which is really good. Speed of 14, which is normal. Energy is 20. It collects 14 pollen in 4 seconds and converts 200 pollen in 2 seconds. Its gifted ability is 25% flame duration, so that's pretty handy. Because of the Inferno ability goes with that 25% more flame duration, so that is very handy actually. Inferno summons a ring of 6 flames, then summons 2 fire bees that last for 15 seconds, plus 1 second per level, with levels equal to 2 less than its bee level. So like, if you have a Spicy Bee that's level 16, the 2 fire bees that Inferno spawns will have their level at 14 and not 16 because it's 2 levels less than what the actual bee has. Another really cool ability on the Spicy Bee is the Rage. Rage is very handy for something like an ant challenge, which is what I'm doing currently, or even Stick Bug. It's fantastic for Stick Bug, actually. And now here's the big part about the Spicy Bee. It is the gifted ability Flame Fuel. For 15 seconds, it tosses oil into any flames that spawn, causing them... Or, sorry, no, I read that completely wrong. My bad. All right, we finished our ant challenge. We didn't get anything good. No, we got 5 jelly beans, though. Never mind, that's pretty good. Anyways, all right, let me restart on the Flame Fuel ability. For 15 seconds, tosses oil into any flames that spawn, causing them to last 50% longer and instantly convert 50,000 pollen and also 5% of your total hive's conversion amount. So if you have a lot of gifted spicy bees, that's going to convert you a ton. The passive ability is Steam Engine. And now this is a really big factor in the spicy bee because it increases the bee's move speed and gather speed dramatically up to 100% more, by the way. 100% more move speed and gather speed, and with flame heat. So it's the more flame heat you have, the higher Steam Engine works, like the better Steam Engine is. So that is why the gifted spicy bee is going to be a really like good one in our final result here. That's why it's going to probably end up being one of the best ones. Like out of our 4 options, it will be either first or second. I'm not going to spoil it though. Next up, we have the Tadpole Bee, which, as you can tell already, has terrible stats. Energy 10, speed 11.2, an attack of 0.5, collects 10 pollen in 6 seconds. That's horrendous. Makes 120 honey in 4 seconds, which isn't terrible, but it's not amazing either. It's still really bad. The gifted hive bonus is 10% more blue pollen and 25% instant bubble conversion. So that bonus is really good in the sense of if you get a lot of bubbles, because that's 25% bubble instant conversion and 10% more blue pollen, so that's amazing already. One of its abilities are Blue Boost, which is going to be handy because the Spicy Bee does not give you red boost tokens. Now remember, this is all just in theory of if you had to have 50 of that Mythic Bee. This is just a video for fun, by the way. It can be informative. A lot of this information can be very helpful, actually. So I suggest you pay attention on this. Just keep watching. It's very educational. So blue boost tokens, we all know what this does. Grants 20% more pollen from blue flowers for 15 seconds, and it stacks up to 10 times. So that multiplier can go up a lot. One of the key abilities, aka it's specifically tailored for this Mythic Bee ability, is the Summon Frog. Summons a frog that lasts 20 seconds. Plus 2 seconds per level. Frogs create bubbles when they hop and use their tongues to collect tokens. They also attack nearby enemies with attack equal to 10 times this bee's attack. So that already is actually pretty goated if you have a lot of frogs on the field. You can deal some damage. Another thing is it can automate itself really easily because the frogs will collect the other frog tokens and then the other frog tokens and then the other frog tokens. You get the point, right? You get a lot of frogs. The gifted ability is Gathering Bubbles Plus. Wait a minute. No, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong thing again. Oh my gosh, this is scuffed. The gifted ability is Baby Love. Grants 2 times pollen and 50% more loot luck for 30 seconds. Loot luck increases your chances of obtaining prizes from defeating enemies. Which, this isn't an amazing gifted ability because you only need 4 sources of Baby Love in your hive. You can go with less, but it's good that you go with 4. I actually run with 4 currently. Oh wait, no, do I run with 5? Hold on. Wait, yeah, I run with 5 sources of Baby Love, never mind. But with 50 Tadpole Bees, you're not gonna need to care about Baby Love, so... because that's like the only ability you're gonna be getting passively here. Okay, now we have the passive, Gathering Bubbles Plus. 55% chance, in parentheses it states 75% chance if it's gifted, to spawn a bubble when gathering. If any player touches it, it pops collecting 3 red, 5 blue, 5 white, 10 blue, and plus 15% per gifted blue bee type. Like more pollen, 15% more per gifted blue bee type. Not per gifted blue bee, but specifically per gifted blue bee type. And it collects it from 29 nearby flowers. And it also causes them to replenish. Like, you know how the sprinkler heals the flowers after you break them? It's like that, but it fully does it, like fully. So all these, you're gonna collect like none of the pollen, but you're gonna get the pollen, but like the pollen isn't gonna go down. So who needs a sprinkler at that point? And now we have my favorite bee so far, the Vector Bee, because it's the one bee that I actually really need in my hive. So I'm kind of biased about this one. I'm kidding. There's gotta be no bias in this, I swear. All right, so the Vector Bee has fantastic stats, I must say. It's got 46 energy, 16 speed, 5 attack, collects 18 pollen in 4 seconds, makes 144 honey in 2.72 seconds, and the gifted hive bonus is plus 15% mark duration. Now, you'll see why that is stupid OP in just a minute. Because the Vector Bee gives you a ton of marks. It gives you Pollen Mark Plus. Marks a large random area on the field for 8 seconds, plus 0.25 seconds per level, that increases all pollen by 50% while you stand in it. And that buff stacks up to 3 times. Though still having more than 3 marks on the field is beneficial, so you get more real estate on the field. Like this. See how this circle, I have to stand in it for it to work, so I've got to have enough room to walk around in the entire field. So the more marks you have, the better when it comes to a white hive, by the way. Kind of how it works. So with 50 of these, theoretically, you're never gonna ever need more marks, because you're gonna have an infinite supply. And this ability, Triangulate. This one is a huge game changer. Draws a triangle between you, the bee, and the token. After 3 seconds, it collects ability tokens and 10 pollen, plus 2 pollen per level, from all flowers inside. Any mark within the triangle boosts the pollen by 250%. Diminishing returns for each mark, by the way. I'm not sure what it means by diminishing returns for each mark, but it destroys the field really quickly. That's what my best assumption is on that. I just died with a score of 131. This is painful. But anyhow, so that is insane. The Triangulate ability is crazy. Now, the gifted ability, Mark Surge, this one's a really cool one, causes all your active marks to collect 10 pollen, plus 10% per level, from all flowers in their radius. If the mark is a honey mark, the pollen is instantly converted. Extends the duration of your mark by 1 second, plus 0.1 seconds per level. Each mark can only perform up to 5 surges. So, what that means is each mark can only add on 5 surges, like the plus 1 seconds, and then the 0.1 per level. It can only do that 5 times before it doesn't count anymore. I think I'm explaining that as simply as I can. That is as simply as I can explain it. It's very complicated. Well, it's not that complicated, but it's kind of hard to understand. But you get my point. And now for our conclusion. This is a very long video, but honestly, this is my most enjoyed video I've made so far, apart from my boosting videos. Because I just love making these little scientific videos. These are really fun. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe on this, by the way. Okay. What is the best Mythic Bee if you had to have 50 of them, and they're all gifted, so remember that, they're all gifted, and you have 50 of them. So I'm gonna do this from worst to best. Now, personally, I think the worst one to have 50 of, and this is my personal opinion, this is gonna hurt me a lot, but it would be the Vector Bee. I'm sorry, Vector Bee, but to have 50 Vector Bees is stupid, because you're gonna fill your bag in 1/10 of a second. You're gonna fill your bag, because between pollen marks, triangulates, mark surges, your bag's just gonna flood instantly, and you will have no way of converting it. I mean, that can be good, but most of the time it is absolutely terrible. Now, second worst is gonna have to be the Fuzzy Bee. I'm sorry, Fuzzy Bee, but same thing goes for the Fuzzy Bee when it comes to the conversion. That really hinders it a lot, but it is definitely better than the Vector Bee because you get pollination and stuff like that. The pollination, personally, is better overall because you can help people if you have 50 Fuzzy Bees in your hive. This is theoretical. Never put 50 Fuzzy Bees in your hive. If you do, you need help. And the speed and the amount of honey it converts is nothing, so it's honestly gonna have to be my second worst bee to have 50 of. And in the third worst, we have the gifted Tadpole Bee. As much as I love the gifted Tadpole Bee, I'm gonna have to put it behind the gifted Spicy Bee for the reason of there's not enough conversion happening here, and why it's second best and not lower in the list is because you do get some conversion, you replenish the flowers, and also if you have Popstar, this thing is goated. My boy right here with this smug smile, OP. Absolutely insane with Popstar. So I'm just gonna have to give it up for the Tadpole Bee. Fantastic. Popstar would be your best bet if you were to put it with a specific Mythic Bee. If you were to put that passive ability with just 50 of one specific, Popstar would be the best with Tadpole. So Tadpole is second best, and number 1 is the gifted Spicy Bee. And why exactly? Because it's awesome, literally. Okay, that sounds completely biased, but the point is you can convert a lot of your honey, and you collect a ton of your honey. And with Scorching Star, this thing is stupid OP. You can max out that Scorching Star by standing still, pretty much. Not literally, obviously. But you can max out the Scorching Star really quickly. You can't actually activate Scorching Star, and you cannot activate, Popstar using just 50 of these. like with either of these, with all of these actually. Well, actually Vector Bee and Fuzzy Bee with Gummy Star, you can activate it, but I mean, it's still, it wouldn't be anything compared to just gifted Spicy Bees in honey making wise. So, all right, take the Pop Star away. Like, right now, take the Pop Star away because you can't activate it with this, and you can't activate Scorching Star with this. But I'm saying if you could activate it on both of these, then honestly, Pop Star and Scorching Star both would be OP. But Spicy Bee overall is the best gifted Mythic Bee for the reason of you can convert a ton. Not only that, but you collect a ton. Not only that, but you can attack a ton. So overall, the gifted Spicy Bee would be my best pick if you had to run 50 Mythic Bees, and they're all gifted of one type in your hive at a time. So I hope you all enjoyed my weird scientific bee game essay video, I suppose. It was fun to make. I love making these. These are fantastic. And I hope you all check out the Versatile Vector and the Team Tadpole merch down to the link in the description below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to join our community Discord servers, and I will see you all later. Goodbye!